So yeah, at about $10 a liter, when we make 11.3 liters of soup or stew like this on the stove, guess what? That's $100 worth of that you would have paid $100 for something like this at the store. However, you wouldn't have known exactly. I mean, you want to put your trust in the companies you buy your food from, but you know, at least when you're making your own, you know what's in it. $100 pot of soup costs you about 20 bucks to make, maybe 22, 25, whatever. You're saving about 75% of the price by making it yourself. And to me, this is how you should basically save money and even make it a part of your regular thing, to have a nice big pot of stew or soup in the winter months that you can kind of like keep warm on the stove or something, or if not, you know, you put it in the fridge and you reheat it the next day, or you can even can them in jars, which I've done before. I've had like 30 jars in the pantry before, and it took me quite a while to eat them all when I ran out of money once. Yeah, so hey, that's how you do it. Here's another word of advice, just in case you didn't know this. Most people who've ever done this know it, but as it thickens, you will have to put water in. Might have to do this a few times over the period of the next several hours. And of course you stir it all back in. And you see, the thicker it gets, the harder it is to cook it. If it gets too thick, it's not cooking properly. It's got to have the hot water soaking right into all them beans, cooking it really good. I put canned tomatoes in here, but I've also put a huge can of tomato paste in there. And of course, remember the onions. And at the end, or close to the end, I'm probably going to throw a little rice in there, brown rice. I don't use white anything because it means it doesn't have its original nutrients in it. So, yeah, there we go. We're just keeping our eyes on our soup pot. So, as I sit here and watch the pot, I just thought I'd mention too, well, 11 liters, say, right, of stew? Well, even if you ate a liter a day, that's 11 days worth of, say, supper or lunch for $25. And the cost of the electricity and your time. So if you could get 10 days of, say, lunches for 25 bucks, we can make something like porridge, or have granola, or even eggs and toast or something for breakfast. And I know from experience that when you buy a flat of 18 eggs, that usually lasts me about a week if I'm eating 3 eggs a day. So that costs you 10 bucks. So let's say on a week, on 2 weeks, we'd have to pay 20 bucks for eggs if we're eating eggs every day. You shouldn't really eat eggs every day, okay? So let's just say we eat eggs 10 days out of the month. And the other days we'll eat granola or porridge. So we're looking at probably, let's say this is $25 for 2 weeks. The eggs are going to be $20 if you buy 36 of them for 2 weeks. 25 and 36. A good loaf of bread, of really quality bread, might be $7. So that's, $43. And you're going to need a square of butter. Say a pound of butter, that's maybe $7. So $50. $50. If you make this and you buy bread and butter and 2 flats of eggs, we're looking at about, so I'm figuring around $60 for 10 days of breakfast and whatever this is going to be, lunch or dinner. It could be either or. That's 60 bucks, guys, for 2 weeks. If you sit down and make this and you go buy eggs and a nice loaf of quality bread and some real butter. That's $60 for 10 days. So you multiply that by 3, that's your month. $180 a month for breakfast and 1 meal a day. Oh no, that would be the 10 days, so we're gonna have to double. Yeah, so 180. Anyway, without doing all the math, because it will vary between people who have different diets. Let's just say, you probably safely say you could live on $300 a month if you make your own food and not do too bad. So from now on, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna cook most of my own food, and I'm going to experience good health by eating good, real food. End of story. See you next time, guys. Oh, here you are back here again at the hot plate. I'm just showing you right now what I'm doing is, you see, I'm reheating just a little portion of this lentil, bean, onion, etc. stew, and I'm adding what I just cooked in, chopped up here on the board was some of that nice baby broccoli they got in the store. So yeah, I like to get broccoli in my body every day I can. For some reason, broccoli seems to really cover a lot of bases as far as everything that's missing here. Because it's, we still want to have a vegetarian, like pretty close to live vegetables going through your body to get the maximum health benefits out of it. So yeah, I'm just remixing a little bit here that I saved in a container overnight, in the fridge. And this is a very cold fridge, and that's also down in there. That's where I've got the pot of stew, where I'll get it, and I will bring it out into a pot here, plop some in, maybe a third full of the stew, add water up to about 3/4, boil it, get it going, and then add my, pasta to boil. As it's boiling and reheating, and then it thickens up and turns into a stew again. And then you can do this, put some broccoli in there now as you reheat it. Like, I usually don't have any left over when I get just the right amount out of the pot and do it, but I did this time. So at any rate, fresh broccoli, guys, very good for you. Also, I would like to mention here that my favorite seasoning for this stew is a light soy sauce, not a heavy soy sauce, because, well, if you like it, but it has a lot more salt in it. A light salt's a lot better, less sodium. And so I like a little of that on top of this. Boy, I'll just wait till it's in the bowl and put a dab or two on there until it tastes just perfect. You won't believe how good this can taste. Yeah, there's protein and everything in there. Vitamin B and vitamin C. Oh, it's amazing. Now we got the fresh broccoli. There's lots in there. Sulforaphane, vitamin A, lots of things.